It's another Saturday, so it means another episode of the Snaipple podcast. I'm once again very excited to start recording, and I'm actually not feeling nervous this time around, like at all, so that's amazing. I've outgrown my initial insecurities. It's lit. Actually, the circumstances surrounding recording this episode are pretty weird because usually I would like to record it on Thursday or Friday evening, or just like throughout the day if I'm done with work, schoolwork, stuff like that. But this time I chose to take a nap for the whole day, and yeah, I'm just chilling. It's midnight, back basically how I recorded the first episode, just chilling in my room, talking to my laptop, looking at my book with my notes, and yeah, just basically having a grand old time. Except this time I'm also just holding a tea bag to my eye. Don't question it. It's Slav medicine. It's traditional home medicine. I don't really know how to call it. It's just something we do to treat eye infections. I got one going on right now, so I'm not really having all that a good time, but yeah, I figured I would treat it while I record the podcast, because I don't need to see to speak, hopefully. And I have one eye open. I should be fine. So yeah, I believe it's called a sty. I looked it up in English because I know perfectly well how it's called in Russian, but in English I believe it's called a sty. So yeah, look at me. It's it's midnight, chilling in my room, recording a podcast episode, teabag on my eye, got a sty, chillin'. It's like that barbecue sauce on my titties vine. Is that even clean content? Like, I would prefer that my content is clean. Don't get me wrong, I really like to swear and I actually have a potty mouth, but for some reason I would like to keep the podcast as clean as possible. Maybe every once in a while I'll have explicit episodes, but yeah, mostly it's supposed to be clean. I'm not supposed to show off my potty mouth. That's so weird. I should show off my vibes. Actually, if you think about it, the language that someone uses greatly contributes to their vibes. Like, I would not... Okay, listen, there's a difference between wanting to maintain clean content for the sake of a project or something, like a podcast or a YouTube channel, which for me is basically the same thing, and just not being able to swear at all. I don't really trust a person that's not able to produce a swear word. No offense, if you don't like swearing, that's on you. But if you never ever swear, then something's off. 'Cause no matter how clean or eloquent you want to be, you're always going to have these moments where you're going to have to express yourself in more than just, oh darn it, or fiddlesticks, humbug, or something. It's just, yeah, sometimes people come up with the most ridiculous swear word alternatives. When we were younger, we had this thing that we were saying, I can't quite say an equivalent of it, but yeah, we were saying a word that's not really explicit, but a lot of people use to express that they're annoyed, or like, oh no, oh man, stuff like that. So when you learn that word as a kid, it's very easy for you to just use it at every occasion possible. And my grandma kind of got sick of that, so whenever one of the youngins, I think she said that she would raise my aunts that way, so whenever they would say that one word, she corrected it to muffin, because the word, we basically say pancake. That's how Russian works. When you screw up, or when something doesn't go as planned, you don't say, oh man, or darn it. You say pancake. That's what you say. And so my grandma was like, don't say pancake, say muffin. It was so annoying that they just stopped. They stopped saying the word. And she tried to use that on me, but it never really worked. And it's not like I say that word. I've moved on. I've progressed to different kind of words. I've progressed to actual swear words. Look at me. It's not something to brag about, but yes, that's just how it is. And if you never end up swearing, I mean, good for you if that makes you happy. It's just, but it's normal for people to swear. That's what I'm getting at. But yeah, talking about vibes, at some point this week, I was feeling kind of sad, kind of lonely, so what I figured I would do is just imitate that scene from Lilo and Stitch, you know, where she bars the door shut, she nails it with, well, nails. So yeah, she just hammers a lot of nails into the door. She bars herself shut, and she just has this record playing, and it's playing Heartbreak Hotel. You probably know that scene. So I sat down, I got my plushie, I was hugging it, I put my earbuds in, and I started playing Heartbreak Hotel. Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. What's down at the end of Only Street? Heartbreak Hotel. And I felt so dramatic. It's the most dramatic I've ever been, I think. Because why I thought I would do that is to just amplify a little bit of my sadness. You know, sometimes you just want to feel sad. That was one of those moments. So I was trying to feel sad, trying to pity myself, have a little pity party, you know? Just a party for myself, but to pity me. Heck yeah, I like to party. I throw pity parties for myself all the time. Ha ha ha. So I was expecting to be all sad and well heartbroken and stuff. But it backfired immensely because I realized how dramatic I was being, so I just thought it was so funny. I guess the lesson I can get out of this, what I can share with you, is some good advice. Just, if you ever feel like you want to pity yourself, like you want to be sad, just go ahead and imitate an iconic scene from a movie, like an iconic sadness scene. I'm not asking you to put nails into your door frame or lock yourself in your room, although maybe, you know, it does add to the experience. Although I will say that I did not bar my room shut. My door was unlocked, it was fine. And I didn't lie down on the floor, and I didn't play records, but sometimes you gotta hustle. So go ahead, take something, and imitate a sad scene if you ever feel sad. And for some reason, it does the opposite. It makes you less sad because it's just funny how dramatic and petty you're being. Dramatic queens and kings, rise up. Whoopsie, I had to stop recording right there because suddenly there's just a lot of sirens outside, so it got pretty loud. Like, I heard ambulances, I heard police sirens, which is probably the most unsettling thing you could hear, just considering the overall situation, overall what's happening in the world. Yeah, it's not the best sound to hear. So, yep, I had to stop, had to take a little break, so it passed. It passed, it's quiet now, hopefully. So, yeah, that's pretty awkward. But I could talk about something else that worried me throughout the week. It's kind of weird to think that it all happened in 1 week because the weeks tend to be much longer now. At the same time, not much happens, and a lot can happen because you're just doing whatever. You're vibing with yourself. You're spending time with yourself, which is cool in my opinion. Although it does get maybe repetitive. Maybe you feel like you're not doing enough for yourself, but you are, don't worry. So, yeah, and I'm going to talk about something that worried me, and it's not even that grand. It's not even something important. It's just a role play. Like, you know how there's Discord servers And actually, role-playing used to be all the craze several years back when I actually did it. Like text roleplay, not in any sexual way, it's just roleplay. Because for some reason, every time you bring up role-playing, people are like, and they don't think of something innocent as just writing text, because who knows what kind of stuff you're writing, you know? But yeah, I used to practice role-playing. I used to have fun with it when I was a bit younger. That was several years ago. I haven't role-played in a solid 2 years, I think. So I got invited to this server where what they do is roleplay, hence why I'm talking about it. So it's a role-playing server. But yeah, that friend only invited me so that I could join the voice chat for a second and never join a voice chat in that server again, because I never caught them having any voice chats, but you know. So yeah. And there's a lot of people who are actually role-playing, so I really felt like the odd one out, even though I wasn't really. The friend that invited me was also pretty much the odd one out, but she felt more connected to everyone in there. I hardly knew anyone, and I wasn't doing stuff that the server was meant for. I wasn't even talking casually because I had no one to talk to, because I didn't know anyone. I didn't talk in the server. I didn't go on VC because I didn't know they were on there. I never caught them on. And I just tend to not check my Discord very often. I've started checking it more often. I'm not sure if it's a bad or good thing, but yeah, I've been on Discord more. It still does not take away from the fact that I was not doing what the server was meant for. I wasn't role-playing. And yeah, I am updated on the roleplay. I keep getting updates, and I'm quite invested myself. It's just that I don't take part in the roleplay. That's it. And at this point, actually no, at that point in the week when I was very concerned about it, I was tempted to join because, you know, every time you want to start something again, you think it's going to be different, that you're going to take it a little bit differently, but, you know, you just end up not sticking with it, like every time before it, and before and before and before, if you have as many attempts. I think I wanted to reboot my role-playing skills, or just bring them out of the closet, dust them off. I wanted to do that a couple times, but it never really worked out for me because it's just not something I stick with particularly. So, long story short, I was very intimidated by the people in the server, but I did want to join the roleplay, and I did have an idea for a character I could use. I'll just keep the character to myself because I've decided I'm not going to join the role-playing game. Just the RP server. I left it. It's for the best because it really just takes up space on my Discord dashboard sidebar thing. And I don't even go on there. And it's not like I was particularly wanted there either. So it's a good thing I left. And I'm updated on the roleplay regularly. I'm updated on the story, how it's going. So I kind of like this setup. I guess the message of this story is don't let your friends push you into something you don't really want to do. Even though in my story, the friend that invited me doesn't roleplay. I'm gonna say it again. So she sent me the link, even though she doesn't even roleplay herself. So she was just in the server to chit-chat. She added me to chit-chat. Oh, okay, my anxiety levels, they rose up because it seemed like quite a serious roleplay. So if I was to suddenly join, me basically an amateur at this point, because I haven't done that in a couple of years, my skills are very dusty, you see. So if I joined something serious, I would also be afraid to kind of undermine what they have and take away from their enjoyment. And part of it is also the stranger intimidation. If you don't know anyone around you, you're very intimidated. You're just scared. And you're in your bubble. And the longer you're in the bubble, the more awkward it is for you to get out and start talking to them. So I was like, nope, I'm gonna leave. It's better for me. Because I spent a lot of time thinking about it. I spent a lot of time stressing about it. I was gonna ask to kind of be guided through it, but nah, I'm fine just receiving updates on the story. It's okay. But something I'm actually gonna do, most likely, probably, hopefully next week. So by the end of next week, by the next episode, I might have an experience to talk about. And that experience is making a video with my friends. Let me take a second to plug their channel, just for the sake of it. The channel is called Taku Nuki. I'll leave a link in the description. Go ahead and subscribe, look out for a video with me. Yeah, so it's kind of weird because it originally started as a group channel. It still is a group channel. It's just us enjoying each other's company, having a good time, having fun. It's what all channels are supposed to be, honestly. But my point is, check out Commis Channel. I'll link it in the description. Check out Taku Nuki, subscribe. All that good stuff. It's gonna make me happy. It's gonna make Commis happy too. The happier he is, the more likely he is to join my podcast. I'm actually just kidding. He's probably gonna join either way. We'll just have to see. It is a surprise. It's always a surprise with these podcasts. That's what I like about recording this. Well, another thing I did this week is I cut my own bangs. So for the longest time, I've had this vendetta against bangs. I hated bangs. I couldn't bear to imagine myself cutting my own bangs or just having bangs. Like a fringe, just straight bangs. They're pretty short, they're not long. And I guess that's what makes the difference. But when I was younger, I used to have these kinds of bangs. I used to have that kind of hairstyle with 2 braids. And it was ugly, let me tell you. I did not like that hairstyle. I regret to know that I have ever had that hairstyle and I looked that way. I think it's what we all feel about our past selves, no matter how old or young. Like, sure, I can't blame my 8-year-old self. Maybe I liked it, but mostly it's probably just my mom getting me that hairstyle because it's convenient. I realize that now. Like, whenever you bend down to do something, or if you're exercising or something, you don't need to put your hair up or just put 100 pins into your hair because there's no need for that. Your hair is just short. It doesn't fall into your eyes. It doesn't poke you. It doesn't cause you any inconvenience. It's a blessing, honestly. And the only question is if you can pull it off. And this time around, I am blessed to be able to pull that off. Honestly, I cannot be more grateful. And I do not regret the action at all. No hair gets in your face. It's actually a miracle. No other hairstyle would prevent you from getting hair in your face. And I was also bored, and many people say don't let teenage girls near scissors in isolation, but for me it worked wonders. It was a gamble. I was prepared to be ugly for the rest of the lockdown period. I was prepared to look ugly for at least 2 more weeks. But it actually backfired. I'm looking great. I'm looking fantastically snazzy. So I did that, and I actually really like it. I have been bullied a little bit, but I like it. Even my family says it's okay. Yet, I've had a few people ask why I did it, and just overall be unhappy with my hairstyle. It's so weird how people can regret something that other people did. Like, why is it your business? Let me enjoy my newfound hairstyle. Let me enjoy these bangs. I'll probably grow out of them, or grow out of liking them rather, in a month, 2 maybe, and I'll just revert to my old hairstyle. It's no big deal. It's just hair. It's not teeth. It'll grow back. It's fine. So I don't understand bullying someone because of their hairstyle. And it's not really bullying. I'm just very sensitive. Any sort of criticism, it's bullying. I swear. It's not even criticism because it's not something I can fix. I already cut my hair. So why not appreciate it with me? You want me to just shave it all off? You want me to be bald? Bald snailing. Snails are bald, but I'm not, okay? I'm not entirely a snail. This might come as a shock to you, but I'm not fully a snail. You have to know that. Another... Oh! Basically, when I cut my hair, when I got myself a new hairstyle, I assumed this whole new personality because there's this whole new side of me that I could explore with this hairstyle. Because, you know, the hairstyle I have now, it's basically middle neck length, and I have short little baby bangs. So it's a proper bob, I think that's what the hairstyle is called. So I have this bob, and plenty of iconic characters have this bob, and a lot of edgy, maybe goth characters have that hairstyle, so I figured I would play around with it. And that night I dressed up. I put on a nice dark dress. I put on some nice earrings too. And I put on makeup. I made myself the wildest eyebrows. I went all out with eyeliner. My eyeliner game on fleek. With some dark eyeshadow. I couldn't quite make it smoky, and I didn't want to make it smoky. I don't want to be like complete twisted psychopath like that meme. No, I'm not a twisted psychopath. I'm not insulting any smoky eye people, by the way. Some people can pull it off. I don't think I can, and I don't want to risk looking like a loser. So please understand that. So I got this whole look, and I was basically Lydia Dietz. I sent my friend a video of me singing a Beetlejuice song from the Broadway musical. And it's like a dream come true because, you know, sometimes as a kid you would have these crushes on cartoon characters. You would think they're so cool and you would want to be like them. Just like those edgy characters. Yeah, I always wanted to be edgy, but I didn't have it in me. If you listen to me, if you just see my overall aesthetic, it's very bright pink, it's soft. It's not at all edgy or dark or emo or punk or anything like that. So it's just a plane of existence, a style that's totally out of my reach. It always has been out of my reach. I am just not fated to be edgy. And this opportunity, this hairstyle, it liberated me. It let me live out my dreams of being edgy, even if it's just for one night. And then I continued playing Animal Crossing on my phone. Speaking of, there's this new event with, basically, they give you fortune cookies every day you log in. And I have not been more motivated to log on to a game. Animal Crossing knows how to keep their players playing the game well. Yeah. And the whole squad is into it. And currently, I'm trying to get the map so I can get Raymond. I don't know how his name is pronounced, but I've taken it for myself. You heard it first here, guys. My full name, listen up, my full name is Raymond, or Raymond, I don't care. Raymond Snailing, that's it. That's my name. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know that cat with different colored eyes that everyone just simps over because they... because he compliments you, the player? I want that. So yeah, I'm stealing his identity. Like, part of it, I'm stealing his name, Raymond. I even look like him right now. One eye is blue, the other is infected. Haha, funny. Got a sty. But otherwise, I've been doing good. I hope y'all been doing good as well. And generally, I'm feeling good about myself because I get to play around with makeup every once in a while. Like I said, I sent my friend a video of me singing a Beetlejuice song because I just resonated with my hairstyle so much. I saw so much of Lydia Dietz in me in this one moment, so I just chose to relish it. And I genuinely like to play around with makeup every once in a while. But also, I've kind of noticed that I'm just keeping myself pretty well groomed because the one who's doomed to spend the most time with me than any other person is me, myself. I've got to spend time with myself. And if I feel gross, then I don't want to spend time with myself, and that's a recipe for disaster, basically. So, yeah, keep yourself happy, keep yourself healthy, keep yourself well groomed. Just overall, feel your best, you know? I've also kind of started visiting people on streams. I mean, usually it would be a Curtis Connor stream. If you couldn't tell, I'm a fan of that guy. So, if I can make it to a stream, which is usually right in the morning for me, so I wake up and he tells me he's streaming, as in he puts a notice on Instagram that he's streaming, and I'm like, yes, and then I go to the stream. Sometimes I manage to go before class, sometimes I just go after a class, but I would just text my friend and she'd say, just skip the class, go to the stream. Which one would enrich your education more? And to be fair, she has a point, but I need that attendance. Giving attendance is basically the most I could do, apart from actual coursework, of course. But yeah, just attend your classes, but also attend streams, because why not? I've also been to a Lily Pichu stream. Like, another friend of mine, Toto, she's just a huge fan of Lily and Michael. She ships them so hard and they're so cute. She sends me videos of them being cute and stuff, and my heart. It's a very sweet thing. Why can't we have more sweet, wholesome couples like that? They're just so sweet. And the other day I tuned into Brian Deckard's stream, you know, the guy that played Connor in Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become a Simp. No, just Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Raymond Snailing. Become Raymond Animal Crossing. I'm obsessed with that cat. I don't know why. He just looks cool. He looks as if he could shame you just for existing, and I love that in a way. So he's not mean, but he's intimidating in a way, and if I could have that, I would. I want to have that. Look at me talking about an animal cat. An animal cat, I mean, all cats are animals, but I mean Animal Crossing cat, a video game cat, I mean. I actually saw a meme where apparently someone was selling Raymond for $1,000 on eBay. And if that's not the dream, if that cat is worth $1,000, I don't even care if he's pretty easy to get. It just makes me feel good to have a cat that's worth $1,000. Just imagine that. People pay actual money to get stuff in video games. And I don't mean DLC, I just mean people paying other people to get achievements or special skins or like exclusive content that's unlocked via something, a mechanic in the game. It's insane that people would go to such lengths just because. I don't even know why they do that. I guess achievement hunting is a thing. I can understand that. I can understand why they would want to complete a game. But paying someone else to do that, doesn't it just defeat the purpose of actually playing the game itself? Playing it by yourself, putting in the time, is that not why you play games? To feel accomplished because you did something? It's kind of like how, when I was younger, I used to be very into Let's Play videos. I don't watch them much now because I don't have the time for gamer. I'm too cool to be a gamer. I'm joking. I'm just not much of a gamer, and the few games I play, I would just rather play myself. I don't need to watch anyone else play it. Except if it's a stream, then I'm there for the person playing it. They have a personality. So I watch that. But when I was younger, my mom would just discourage watching Let's Plays on YouTube because, yeah, her logic was, why watch someone play when you can play the game yourself? But the thing is, Mom, I don't have a PlayStation. I don't have a Switch. I can't play Animal Crossing. That's why I'm watching a stream for it. So I might not have the platforms to play that game. I might not actually have the opportunity to play the game. Like, Mom, it's not like you're gonna buy the game for me, are you? So that's part of it too. Some games you just can't play, so you have to watch people play it. And I'm not dissing people who watch Let's Plays. What I'm dissing right now is people who pay money to have games that they own completed by others just by paying someone to get achievements for them or stuff like that. I don't quite understand that. It's kind of the same with adoptables. You know those characters where Yeah, it's just trading original characters. So you make a design, you make a character, maybe with a backstory and personality. You make a character and you put it on sale. You put them on sale, people buy them, and what, you can't use the design anymore? What do they buy? Do they buy the lore? Do they buy the design? Or the art? What is it that they buy? Do you still have the rights to the art as the artist? Or do you not? Do you miss the adoptable if you sell? Why is it called an adoptable if you pay money for it? Isn't adopting supposed to be free? This is so weird. How did I get so far? But yeah. This is episode 3 of Snailing disses people and kills an industry. This time, the news is going to report on Snailing kills the part of the gamer industry. I don't know what the industry of purchasing achievements is, but I'm killing that industry. I'm not dominating it, I'm killing it as in destroying it. I realize it still doesn't change the connotation. I am making it cease to exist. I am demeaning it. I am making it lose its value. That's what I mean by destroy. I am also killing the Let's Play industry. I try to be as non-problematic as possible, and yet I just talk about stuff like this. But in a way, it's not problematic. If you get angry at this, then it's not. Then one, you're wrong. I'm joking. I'm not here to insult anyone. We're all just here to have a good time, have some conversations, maybe think a little. But also, is any thought original at this point? There's been thousands of years of thoughts. Thoughts as in THOTS and thoughts as in THOUGHTS. Wow, I'm really good at spelling. One time when I was younger, I got 3rd place in a spelling bee. And the reason I lost, the reason I only got 3rd place was because they asked me to spell they asked me to spell airplane. And I didn't know if they wanted the spelling that's like airplane or aeroplane or whatever. I tried all the different kinds of spellings and they just wouldn't let me through. I'm not sure. I'm not salty. No, I'm not at all salty at a grade school spelling bee competition. No. But yeah, what I was saying is there's thousands of years worth of thoughts and thoughts. And just sayings, wisdom, if you will, but also stupidity, because the things we think of, it's so bizarre. Are any of my thoughts unique? I'm pretty sure that everyone, or at least someone, at some point, has thought the same things I have. I don't think that I'm not saying that someone exists with the exact same array of thoughts. That's impossible. No one could ever think both about history and culture, and I want to say history again. Yes, my vocabulary is pristine. It is amazing. I have the most advanced vocabulary. But yeah, how can you talk about a lot of things such as maybe social issues or your personal interests in gaming to Raymond Animal Crossing? I don't think... Yeah, what's cool about thinking is you can think anything and no one can stop you. They'll stop you from expressing it, but I'm not gonna get into it on this podcast because I probably won't be silenced. It's just weird to be bringing that stuff up when it's all just meant to be lighthearted. It's meant to... I mean, I don't think I'm making you laugh. And yeah, I just want you to have a good time. That's it. And speaking of good times, I miss my homies so much. Like, we wouldn't even gather that often, maybe once a month at most, but we would still always have a good time. I don't think that the frequency of your gatherings really matters, so long as the quality of the time spent. If you meet each other every day, but it's so boring, then why meet up? I would rather just meet up once a month at a day at everyone's convenience and have a good time. We would just walk around the mall, maybe get some milkshakes. And those milkshakes will always get us so sleepy. Maybe we would diss some people and yeah, just walk around, have fun. One time we took lots of pictures in the emergency staircase. So there's no one there. No one goes to the emergency staircases at malls. Why would you? It's boring. It doesn't have air conditioning. It's hot there. So me and the whole gang, we went on the staircase and we took pictures. And how we took pictures was, since we didn't have a tripod or a selfie stick or anything, I sacrificed my shoe to put my phone in the shoe on a timer. So I set the timer, I put it facing selfie direction. So I turned on the front camera, I set a timer, it was 5 seconds or so, and I ran up the stairs to take a pose, or assume a pose, I don't know, to strike a pose. And we would vary between the Joker pose, as in the Joker dance on the stairs. Imagine like 6 or 7 Jokers on the stairs. That was how many there were of us. So we took Joker pictures, we took pictures with JoJo poses. We overall looked as if we were going to launch the hottest album. I'm really looking forward to meeting up with the homies once again. It's just super fun. I'm also really keen on hanging out with people for their birthday, just for the occasion. It doesn't matter what we do, I just want to spend time with that person, make sure they feel special. Because not everyone always has a concrete idea of how to spend their birthday. You would think it gets easier the older you get because you can do more things. When I was younger, me and my friends, we would literally always spend our birthdays at bowling alleys because that's just what we did. That's the only thing we could do, I think. It gave us the most fun. What do 8-year-olds / 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds? I think, yeah, the bowling place was a staple for us for a long time because we just couldn't really find places to go or things to do. I just generally settle for going out with some of my friends, having desserts, or just treating them to lunch. Last year on my birthday, I went out with my gang, and it was a whole dilemma. I was taught that it's my birthday, so I invite guests and I treat them for my birthday because they're my guests. So I buy them food, I pay for their beverages and stuff. Desserts, I pay for everything because it's my event, I'm the host. But their logic was, since I was the birthday girl, they would pay for me. It's so sweet. It's a very kind gesture to pay for someone else. I remember one time we were waiting in line for some tea or something. Yeah, we were getting some drinks. Not in an alcoholic sense. This is clean content and all my beverages is... all my beverages. My beverages is... And everything I drink is also clean. Don't worry. All my drinks are clean. I get all my drinks disinfected. I drink bleach straight out of the bottle. That's how clean my drinks are. I am a good snail. So yeah, one time me and a friend were stuck in line. We were trying to use her membership card with the tea place because it had been her birthday recently at that time, so she was entitled for a free drink. She was entitled to a free drink, and we were trying to get that for her. But it didn't work because the card wasn't verified. So neither of us had money, so we were stuck. And the lady behind us is like, "What's the problem?" And she pays for her drink. And that is the most kind thing that I've ever seen. The kindest gesture. People that exist, wow, amazing. Just those kinds of people, the kind people, they're very sweet, and I would love to be one of those sometime in the future. Just paying for someone's drink, food, groceries, whatever. If they need it, I'm gonna do it. Because is always just gonna flash back to this one time that I couldn't get tea with my friend. And that's just gonna be the origin story of my kindness. Imagine I grow up to be this philanthropist or worldwide charity person. Yeah, look out for Raymond Snailing. I'm gonna donate to every single charity possible. I hope I do that. I hope I get to donate to charities. Like, I'm not even joking at this point. I really do want to donate to charities. But imagine if I'm just famous for being kind. Oh, and very, very modest. May I not forget, may I add. And it's just gonna link back to that one time I couldn't afford tea. My quest to end world hunger started with the time I couldn't afford boba tea for myself. That's quite inspiring, actually. But yeah, I can't really joke about that, so I'm sorry. So before I say anything else potentially offensive, I'm just gonna wrap up the episode real quick. I had a good time recording this. I hope you had a great time listening to this. I really appreciate that you guys listen and leave likes and comments and stuff, which I'm going to ask you to do right now. If you can, if you'd like, I'd really appreciate if you shared the podcast with a friend, family, I don't know. Just anyone you think would be interested. If you share that, it would be great. And if you left a like, subscribed if you're on YouTube, maybe left a comment if you want to interact with me. I always welcome comments and stuff. They're mostly very sweet. Or if you're listening on Spotify, continue listening. I really appreciate your presence. So, yep. I really hope to see you this time next week. So, Saturday, tune in for the next episode of Snaipple Podcast. I hope that Snaipple becomes a staple in your routine. And yep, talk to you soon. Snailing, signing out.